Good evening, folks. This is Brian for Rumble Roses Wrestling, returning after my son Will took my place in calling the championship bout between Reiko Hinomoto and Candy Cane. I would like to thank Will for doing a great job in my stead, but I've reclaimed my position as head commentator so that Chris does not go off the rails in the absence of a mature male figure.
If spitting facts is going off the rails, then you're gonna have your hands full trying to keep my mouth dry, old-timer. I know you and Will like to be like those boring old-school wrestling commentators, but we're living in a new day and age, and the audience deserves something with a little more edge to it, especially if we're calling matches between beautiful ladies. We don't want to be putting people to sleep now, do we?
With what we're about to show you, there is no way you could fall asleep. But I must warn those who are watching at home that what you're about to see could be unsettling. 2 weeks ago, Schoolgirl Dropout Candy Cane unleashed a vicious assault on our young up-and-coming judo practitioner Makoto Aihara. Rumble Roses does not endorse the unsportsmanlike conduct of Candy Cane. In fact, we denounce it, as this level of unhinged violence is not what this sport is about.
It's called an initiation. Makoto is new to the business, and Candy was simply just breaking her in, showing her exactly what this sport entails. You're not always going to get a squeaky clean fight between two boring jobbers who respect each other too much to actually lay the hurt on each other, and Makoto just had to learn that firsthand.
What you call initiation, I call annihilation, and it has no place in this business. Take a look at what happened 2 weeks ago. Tonight, Makoto Aihara faces off against Candy Cane to become the #1 contender for a shot at the Rumble Roses Championship. Two newcomers on the scene with all the potential in the world. Who will face off against Reiko Hinomoto next week at Slamfest Saturday?
By the looks of it, it might as well be Candy Cane, as Makoto has failed to put in any offense at all in this matchup.
Someone needs to hit the brakes on Candy Cane, as she has just been decimating Makoto all over the steel floors outside of the ring. For God's sake, somebody stop this match. I don't think Makoto is even conscious at this point. Hey, Candy, just pin her already and get it over with.
This Candy girl is anything but sweet. She is ferocious, aggressive, and relentless. She definitely has a promising future in this company. If the champion Reiko is watching this match, I bet she's crapping her little booty shorts right now.
Thank God it's finally over. Somebody get the medic for this poor girl. Now that you're up to speed with this rivalry, we'd like to welcome you to the long-awaited rematch between the judo babe Makoto Aihara and Candy Cane. They are competing for the #1 contender shot at the title once again. Candy was originally set to have a rematch with the champion Reiko after her defeat last week. But because Makoto has been medically cleared to return to the ring, she's been given a second chance at this #1 contenders match tonight.
Personally, I just don't see why Makoto even deserves a second chance. She's not even that good a wrestler. In fact, I wouldn't even call her a wrestler. She's a judoka who has no business stepping into the more brutal and intense ring of professional wrestling. But Chris, I can already hear you, Mark, saying, Makoto has won every single judo match she's ever been in. She's a multi-time gold medalist and blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. The wrestling ring is a completely different monster from the judo mat, and I can't wait for Candy to remind her of that. Now here is a woman that I would call a wrestler. Candy's got the grit and aggression it takes to thrive in this business. None of this respect your opponent crap Makoto has probably been brainwashed to believe. If you're taken down, Candy will kick you while you're down. I bet Makoto is too used to having her fights stopped after every takedown, and that's why she barely had any offense in her first match against Candy. In fact, I don't think I can even recall her having any offense at all.
As much as I'd hate to agree with you, yes, the wrestling industry can be a bit of dog-eat-dog world. It's bite first and bite hard, but don't be surprised if they bite back. And speaking of biting back, let's see if Makoto has returned with enough resolve to bite back at any of Candy's attacks. We can immediately see that Makoto is ready to land the first takedown after a beautiful counter. I bet Candy thought she could just run in and assault her no problem like last time.
Don't get your hopes too high. It's still early in the match. There's plenty of time for Candy to do what she does best. Makoto here trying for an early pin is laughable. It's going to take a lot more than that to take Candy down. Case in point, Candy turns the tables on her with a flurry of strikes.
And Makoto has decided she has had enough of them as she answers back with some strikes of her own. Now, Chris, it looks like Makoto is fighting back better than ever. So what do you think it's going to take for Candy to regain control in this matchup?
Candy's going to have to watch out for the quicker and more sweet, focused takedowns of Makoto.
Just like that side Russian leg sweep right there.
And use her wrestling base to her advantage in order to keep her footing.
Though that is, of course, more of a wrestling move than a judo one, I'm sure she had a lot of fun learning that one.
It looks like Candy really woke the beast in Makoto 2 weeks ago.
And now we're being treated to more of what Makoto specializes in with that beautiful judo takedown.
And you have to give all the credit to Candy for pushing her to her limit in their previous match. I don't think Makoto would be able to be such a dominant force in this match if it weren't for the beatdown Candy laid on her before.
Well, you also have to give even more credit to Makoto's grandfather for training her in judo starting from an early age. Yet another beautiful judo takedown from Makoto. We really need to study up on the correct judo terms so we can accurately name all these insane throws she's landing on Candy Cane and will land on her future opponents. Oh yes, it's very presumptuous of me, I know. But I truly believe this young lady will be able to contend with the rest of the competition and continue to utilize her judo this effectively in future bouts. And there's a move I know the name of. That's a Sode Guruma. And it's not enough to make Candy tap out.
Candy is really breaking my heart this match. After she decimated Makoto 2 weeks ago, I could have sworn Candy would propel her way to the top as champion while Makoto would be put into an early retirement.
I guess this is just what happens when you push even the meekest of us all. We may all act like civilized human beings most of the time, but deep down inside, we're still animals, and we will fight back when push comes to shove.
Ferocious offense from Makoto with those stomps in Candy's beautiful face. I may not like how she's disfiguring her right now, but I do have to hand it to Makoto for stepping it up by stepping on her face.
And unfortunately, Makoto did not pace her movements well enough as Candy reverses her into a forward-facing blockbuster. Oh, and such disrespect from Candy by digging that pointy heel of hers into Makoto's skull.
The Dropout Queen is back, baby, and she is breaking Makoto's back in the process.
And it is not enough to slow Makoto down as she continues to push the offense. What a wonderful back and forth from both women there.
After losing to that egomaniac Reiko, I think Candy has lost the confidence she first joined this promotion with, and that is super sad to see. If Makoto could just stop bullying her, maybe Candy can get a moment to breathe and regroup.
You're speaking as if what Candy did to Makoto 2 weeks ago didn't happen. Had Candy been more respectful toward her opponent, maybe Makoto would have fought more fairly tonight. But as it stands now, it's only fair that Makoto is simply returning like with like. What a wonderful takedown into an armbar.
Come on, Candy, counter this. It should be easy. Show that wrestling is
Makoto
superior to
throws
judo.
Candy through the ring with a devastating tornado form. Could this be it?
Please, God, no. Makoto doesn't deserve a title shot.
And Makoto is now officially set to face against Reiko next week for the Rumble Roses Championship.
I can't believe this. I really thought Candy would treat us to a repeat of what she did to Makoto 2 weeks ago.
That's the thing with this business. You never know when someone could turn the tables around and rise to the occasion.
Or in this case, fall so high from the mountaintop. You suck, Candy. Go back to school and never come back.
That's a little harsh, Chris. Makoto has proven that everybody has a chance to improve and reinvent themselves. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed tonight's matchup and look forward to Reiko versus Makoto next week for the Rumble Roses Championship. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This is Will for Rumble Roses Wrestling on the Sinless Assassins YouTube channel, signing out.